want to find out about. Okay, it's my privilege to introduce to you Cayd Hall, who is from the Army branch of our military, and Santiago, who is with the Air Force. So let's give them a round of applause.
All right, so first I just want to say thank you for letting me come here and talk. It's a privilege to do this. I guess I'll just jump right into it. The reason why I'm here is today's Veterans Day. And I just want to talk a little bit about what Veterans Day means to me. And I'll give you a little bit of my background. I'm from Duncan, born and raised here, born into a very patriotic family. I would say the majority of my family has served in the military, different branches, since this country's been in existence. I graduated Duncan High School in 2009, and wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, but I wanted to be a part of something more because I looked at my family, and they always had something about them that, you know, I felt like I didn't really have, and I didn't understand, you know, because I had cousins, uncles, aunts. I mean, they had done something that, you know, a lot of people haven't, and I wanted to be a part of it. And so that's what I did. After graduation, I went to the Army recruiting station, and I enlisted into the Army. I enlisted as a Lieutenant Bravo, which is infantry. And for those of you that don't know what the infantry is, the politically correct way of saying it is close with and destroy the enemy by means of fire and maneuver, meaning there are bad people in this world that do awful things to other people. And my job was to eliminate those people. You see where I'm going with that? And so, at 19 years old, I went to basic training, and was in for a rude awakening. And so, I had to grow up quick. A lot of my friends were either going to college, entering the workforce, some joined the military. We just had to grow up quick. I was getting ready for war. I learned how to shoot a rifle and shoot it well. I learned throwing grenades, rocket launchers, any kind of weapon you can think of that the military has. I got to put my hands on it, which was pretty neat, you know. Right after graduation from basic training, I went into the Army's airborne school, so I learned how to jump out of planes, and that was pretty interesting too. After that, I got to my unit, and within the day of me getting there, hey, we're getting deployed, and you're like 2 weeks behind, so let's get your bags packed and get you up to speed. And a lot of them had already deployed, they were already there, and some friends that I had there that I had made came from all different walks of life. One really good friend of mine was a gangbanger from Los Angeles. He was a blood. Never in a million years, but I thought I'd be hanging out with somebody like that. But you know what? People can change. I wasn't perfect either. I had my flaws, but you know what? I was taught to basically abandon myself because I had a purpose there. And it was something bigger than myself. And that's one thing that the Army taught me, was to quit being selfish, and you're now part of something great. You are with the greatest people this country has to offer, backed by great people as well. And so, during my experience, I did 9 months in Afghanistan, And I'll just say that I've seen enough to know that we have it really good here. Really good here. With all the friends and stuff that I made, fortunately, a lot of us made it back. But 7 in my company that I was assigned to did not. And those are the people, they were ordinary people just like me, just like you, that decided one day, you know what, I believe in this country. I believe that it is the greatest country, and I want to have that. I want my children to inherit that. That was the ideology, you know? And I can't hardly put into words how great this country is. Even though we have differences, you see it on the news, you know? You got one side over here that thinks the country should be ran this way, and this side over here, they see things differently. But from both sides, because we have become very divided, there are still people who believe in one nation. And you know what? It can work, because it happens every day. Granted, both sides, I would say, do have valid arguments. And I learned that you don't have to discredit those people. Sure, there's some valid arguments from both sides, but you know what? You don't have to be hateful. You don't. You can learn. Because since I entered, I've learned. I continue to learn. I learn about people, different walks of life. I mean, it's amazing of what we are capable of. And so, just like you, sitting in these chairs, this is the world you got. This is what you got. You can depend on each other, learn from each other, because you all offer something. And it's bigger than yourself. Sometimes you just have to say, you know what? It ain't all about me. What can I offer? What can I give? And these are the people, the people of the military, they give of themselves. And what I'm really trying to get my point across is that that's what Veterans Day means to me, is people who make the sacrifice, who decide, you know what, I'm going to be something bigger than myself. I'm going to be a member of this team, this great nation, because I believe that we can do great things together, not divided, but together. And that was beaten into me since the time I enlisted. And so, with all that, I will say, again, I see the flag being burned, stomped on, you name it, foul things said about it. But guess what? I feel that myself, my family, my friends, my 7 brothers that were killed, all represent that flag. And you know what? It also represents you too. Because you all make up what it stands for. Do you understand? And so, with that being said, that's what Veterans Day means to me. If you see a veteran, as for myself, I don't personally look for, I want recognition. No, that's not me. I can go behind the scenes. But it does motivate those who have served. It gives them something to reflect on why they did it. For those who are currently serving, it gives them a reminder of why they do it. And so we recognize it today and just appreciate those that answered the call. And it wasn't that long ago, I feel like, when I was sitting in the same seat. So who among you is going to answer the call? Now, granted, I understand that, you know, military's not for everybody, and that's fine. That is fine. But in the big picture, you should all look for, what can I contribute to this life? What can I contribute to this country? And not just worry about what I can take away from it. Because what I've learned is that the more I gave, the more I received. Satisfaction that, you know, I'm happy about what I did. I'm proud because I was just an average person and I felt like I had purpose in my life. And I still feel like I have that purpose. I continue to serve in different ways. Right now I serve this community as a sheriff's deputy. I'm a reserve. I also have a full-time job. I'm a welder. And so that's just another way that I can give myself. And I love it. And that's all I really have to say. And
thank you everybody for having us. I feel very humbled by being here. My name is Santiago and I'm an Air Force veteran. And I love the Air Force. I served 4.5 years in active duty and then I transferred to the Air National Guard in Tulsa. I was deployed also to Iraq and Kyrgyzstan. I joined the military when I was 17 years old, and I think it was probably the single best decision I made in my career. Nothing has ever again given me the sense of purpose and the confidence that I got from serving. I wasn't born in this country. I come from a family of immigrants. I grew up in Cuba. I was born there. We